Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie is Longlegs. So excited. This is out on digital. Really wanted to see this just for a couple of reasons. I know it is a horror thriller kind of thing, serial killer. In the pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end this terrifying killing spree. 7.1 on IMDb. 53,133 people rated so far. So I'm really excited about. I heard it got mixed reviews, but 7.1, over 50,000 people. That's not mixed. That's good stuff right there. Monroe. I'm a big fan of her, and I say that I'll watch every movie she's in. I think to see somebody who transitioned from she was a surfer into acting. I think she did a little acting, but like that's cool. So enjoy that. I think she's pretty cool. Nicolas Cage. I will watch every Nicolas Cage movie, right, Dominic? Dominic and I will definitely watch every movie. Dominic's a big fan of these types of movies. Blair Underwood. I'm excited. Blair Underwood. From, what was it, LA Law that I used to see him in? I don't know. Other than that, Kieran Shipka. What do I know her from? Let me just see. I don't know, but maybe I don't know her. Totally Killer. Twisters. I don't know. Seem like I know her a little bit more, but anyway. Starring Twisters, Wildflower, and Totally Killer. I don't know. Anyway, really excited to see this film. Hour and 40 minutes long. Let's get into it. See if it's worth the wait to see it on digital. Stick around. I'll let you know. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Longlegs, and I don't know how I actually feel about it. Very interesting. I felt like the beginning, very strong opening. Like, it was very, I wrote down stylistically shot, right? So it's like kind of like it's on an 8mm film, and it's not widescreen. It's like in a little box, right, and gritty and stuff like that. And like, the first scene that Nicolas Cage is in is really like odd. And I was like, oh, and it's all for purpose, which was great. And so I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is interesting. Like, you're not getting to see as much of him as you think you should. And then eventually the film widens out, but it comes back to that other thing. So I thought that was cool for dramatic effect. I think maybe even for looking back. I forget what they, what I mean, back in time. And then Monroe. Like I said, I think she's a really good actress. I'd like to see her now in something a little bit more normal, because she plays like a weird. She's the FBI agent in this, with Blair Underwood is the other one, but she's really like strange. She's not just an FBI agent. She's like, I don't know, like she has an interaction with a kid, Blair Underwood's kid, and then she's very like quirky or odd, or I don't know, uncomfortable. You have to see what I mean, but she does a great job. She pulls it off. But I want to see her now, like, play something else that you're not so weird in, because she's got that nailed. Nicolas Cage's character, so he plays Longlegs in this. I think everybody knows that. That's not a secret. But, there's parts of it where, like, he nails it, in my opinion. And then there's other parts where it's like, I'm making this up, but, like, too cagey. You know what I mean? Like, so I think, it's a mixed result on him. I think very well cast. I thought he was the right person to play it. I think there's certain things that I just would have taken off, that he didn't have to do that, because I don't know, and maybe that's just because I watch him so much, kind of thing. But so you have all that, and I guess it's a serial killer type movie, and I don't know how far I want to go. I don't want to spoil it for you, not yet anyway. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I'm not sure how I feel about it all. I honestly felt like I was engaged, right? And I was like totally into this. But there were times, like I really wanted to see this. For some reason, I was getting on my phone. Although I was terribly interested in what was going on, part of my brain, and I had nothing special to do, it's not like I'm waiting for anything. It just made me like, go to my phone and look something up. And I was like, no, you got to put it down, forcing myself. So subconsciously, I wasn't totally as into the movie as I had thought, and when it gets forward, I'll say, I don't know how far, I'm going to say it's an hour and 40-minute long film. I'll say around 1 115 to 120 mark, you know, things pick up, things start to change. You know, there's more to it. I thought to myself, honestly, like, nothing has really happened for that first hour and 15 minutes. Very little. Like, I'm trying to think back to myself, like, how did we get here? Like, there's nothing, you know, that stood out to me. And I don't, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's okay, but it felt like there wasn't much depth to the first part of the movie. First two parts of the movies, right? I think it is broken up into 3 parts. And then it just, another piece of it was, as we go down to the conclusion, it's just odd the way it happens, and then how they string it all together. I don't know, didn't like, oh wow, this is incredible kind of feeling at the end. So I know it's hard, so I will get into that in a little bit. So I'm a little underimpressed, unfortunately, a little disappointed. It's not awful, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I think I was overhyped, I think, in my opinion. I still recommend it for those very same reasons that I think we all want to watch it. But, you know, check it out, see what you think. Before you go, I will say a little bit more. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin the ending, but I do want to talk a little bit more openly about it. You know, I meant in the beginning when you can't see his face, I thought that was a cool effect. Really cool there. But the first hour and 20 minutes, there's not enough there to lead me to the conclusion and really buy it. It really felt like, okay, now we're going to get into storytelling at the end, and it's all going to make sense, and everybody's going to be wowed. And I just wasn't. I wasn't wowed. I don't like the supernatural theme to it. It didn't work for some reason. Like, Late Night with the Devil, right? That was the name of that show, the movie. Like, that one, you knew, you kind of connected with it, you know, and that had the same kind of, you know, satanic undertones as this movie. But you knew there was something, you know what I mean, something going on in there that was supernatural. And it was engrossed in the entire film. This wasn't. And then they throw the doll in there, and like, this is the why. And I was like, really? And then the metal ball, and it's like, okay, but you gotta lead me there for me to buy in at the end. You know, it seemed, I don't know. You know, the whole mother aspect, great, that works, but it's like, again, not enough to lead me there. It's just like, okay, we do all this for an hour and 20 minutes, and now here's the real story, without the foreshadowing that I want to see, and everything else that normally goes along in a well-plotted movie. So I just think, and maybe I missed out on a lot of cues or clues and stuff like that, and blame it on me. But and I know I'm being harsh, because I was really excited for this one. And there's some of the things that I think we're missing from it. So there you go. Still encourage anybody who likes these serial killer type mysteries, check it out. And as long as you don't, you know, mind the devil being part of all of it. But that's what I got for you. Sorry I went a little bit long, but I think I gave a lot of good information. Hopefully you're happy with what I shared with you, and I appreciate you tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.